Hello there and a very warm welcome to Superscreen's Media News, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Adinike Owoye Ajiboye. A former Senate President, David Mark, and a governorship aspirant to the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Ekiti State, Dayo Adeyeye, have hailed the outcome of the World Congresses conducted on Saturday in the state. Speaking with journalists, Mark, who is the leader of the PDP Congresses Committee, described the exercise as successful and peaceful, adding that the committee had not received any report that is contrary. He, however, promised that his committee would treat every complaint on merit. He also said that the party would win the coming governorship election in the state. In another development, a group called Ekiti Professionals in Politics have endorsed Okpeyemi Bamidele to fly the flag of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the July 14 gubernatorial election. The group, in a statement signed by its coordinator, called on the party delegates to give the former Lagos State Commissioner for Information and Strategy their votes in the May 5 primary because, according to the group, Bamidele is well prepared to lead the state into a glory zone. The group reeled out the achievements of Bamidele as a two-time commissioner in Lagos State, saying he had the contacts and wealth of experience needed to lead the state to envious heights. According to the group, Bamidele's performance as a member of the House of Representatives also attested to the fact that he is the right candidate to occupy the exalted position of Chief Executive Officer of the state. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has warned the Nigerians against the coalition formed by politicians in a bid to rescue Nigeria. Speaking at the 88th posthumous birthday celebration, late activist Gani Fawemi in Ikeja, Lagos, Soyinka said democracy was under a threat, pointing out that members of the newly formed coalition are enemies of democracy. According to Soyinka, the same people performing coalition as rescue missions are deceiving Nigerians in a bid to find their way back to power. Ahead of the 2019 general elections, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has vowed to wrest power from the All Progressives Congress, APC. The party chairman in Lagos State, Moshood Salvador, and other party chieftains made the vow at the State General Assembly held in Lagos. The report. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, appears more invigorated than ever before in the quest to wrest power from the All Progressives Congress (APC) government. Addressing this mammoth crowd at its General Assembly meeting in Lagos State, or what now turns out as a mega rally, the PDP State Chairman, Honorable Moshood Salvador, said the party is a credible alternative to the All Progressives Congress (APC). This is demonstrated by telling the crowd as he demonstrated the party's readiness to win election through display of the mammoth crowd's membership card, a view corroborated by others.
These are not bot crowd. These are members of PDP in Lagos State. Come! PDP! These are members of PDP. And these are people with it's not a one-man work. It is the work that all of us must do to succeed, and we shall win Lagos in the name of Almighty Allah.
Amen. Jesus' name.
We shall win all our reps, we shall win all our assembly, and we shall win all our senators, and we shall win the governor of this Lagos State come 2019. We are now saying bye-bye to Rede.
Bye-bye to Jati Jati.
Bye-bye to Jati Jati.
Bye-bye to Rede.
Bye-bye to Rede.
Bye-bye to Jati Jati.
Bye-bye to Jati Jati.
Bye-bye to Jati Jati.
PDP in Lagos is going to survive. PDP in Lagos is going to win elections. The one that step number 1. In 2019, it will be step number 2. We will win rep. We will win assembly. This time we will win Senate. You tell them, APC, something this or something that. Make I not use my talk everything. Whether they like or they don't like, PDP is going to win in Lagos.
Other party chieftains also boast of their ability to win elections as they decry the present administration's government.
Nigerians were disappointed with the APC administration. They have woefully failed us. There is no security, no employment, nothing at all. All the promises they have promised Nigerians, they could not fulfill one of the many promises they have made. PDP is back on track and PDP is taking over the government come 2019.
We are ready to take the government from the present government because there are so many atrocities that they have committed. Can you see the streets when you are coming? Full of death. Well, it is very, very shameful. We are ready to take over. People are ready to vote for us. The looters list also affecting APC because there are many looters in APC, as you can see. All the chiefs in PDP, they are now in APC. They have now gone to APC. So we are free of looters.
If you see what is going on in the government now, we appreciate the fact that PDP was far better in terms of management and fight against corruption.
If where you are is okay for you, you remain where you are. Are you a lazy person? Are you? If you are a lazy person, that means you like where you are. But if you are not a lazy person or you are not an illiterate, you will move to the direction of life.
Wherever the pendulum swings, what Nigerians want or yearn for is a result-oriented governance. The Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) has confirmed the arrest of Senator Dino Melaye at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, today. A spokesman of the service, Sunday James, told journalists that Melaye was arrested by immigration officials based on instruction. The confirmation is coming hours after the senator announced his arrest on his Twitter handle. He said he has been arrested at the international wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport on his way to Morocco for an official engagement sponsored by the federal government after checking in. You will recall that the police recently declared Melaye wanted after he was accused of supplying arms to some murder suspects who allegedly implicated him. The senator denies the allegations, which he described as politically motivated. The federal government says $2.7 billion will be needed for the procurement of vaccines to achieve 84% immunization coverage by 2028. Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Faisal Shuaib, who disclosed this at a breakfast meeting with donors and partners of immunization financing in Abuja, said the country's immunization coverage is 33% but has set a target of 84% coverage by 2028.
We've laid out a roadmap that will involve the pooling of domestic resources to buy vaccines because in the next 2 years, Nigeria is graduating from Gavi support, although there are conversations around the possibility of flexibility in that graduation. If the Gavi board approves, then it is possible that this period of graduation will be extended by 7 years. The plan is that it provides us with more time to plan for graduation from Gavi. There are conversations within government around how we can gradually, working with the states, begin to set aside domestic resources in our budgets, the basic healthcare provision funds from the service-wide votes, to ensure that we have enough money to pay for life-saving vaccines that our children need. So we're trying to move away from a situation where we go cap in hand to donors to pay for vaccines that our children need. In the next 10 years, we're hopeful that this plan that we've laid out in our strategic document will clearly articulate how these resources will be pulled together, how we will gradually ensure equitable coverage across the country with life-saving vaccines and other services that will ensure that our kids will grow up and become very productive individuals.
Minister of State for Health, Osage Ehanire, said Nigeria is on the path of ending her dependence on donor funds as also financing the national routine immunization program.
Map we have been talking about today, and it has been very well described by all the various speakers, the various steps and the various levels of engagement in the country and with the states. They have been very well articulated, and the discussions that will go along with it are going to come up in the second phase. The country intends to go from 33% to 84% of coverage for immunization over that period of time. And this coverage is going to save us a lot of money. You spend some money, but you save a lot of money in treatment and in productivity that will have been lost.
Well, Minister of State for Health, Osage Ehanire, speaking there. And now moving on, the federal government says it has set up a committee to review the technical and financial aspects of the demands by striking a joint health sector use rehearsal. This was part of the decisions reached at a meeting of top government officials held on Sunday night on the crisis in the health sector caused by the ongoing industrial action. The Director of the Press Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Lawrence Ojabo, disclosed this in a statement issued on Sunday. Ojabo did not disclose the identities of members of the committee, but he, however, said the government officials would today and Tuesday continue their meeting aimed at ending the strike action. The chairman of the Northeastern Local Government Area of Edo State, Scott Okwemudie, has stressed the need for continuous sensitization of the public, especially nursing mothers, on the importance of immunization. Okwemudie disclosed these during the flag off of the 2018 National Immunization Plus Days in Oluko Primary Health Center in Ovia Northeast Local Government.
The opportunity to stamp out childhood killer diseases, malnutrition, upper respiratory system diseases, malaria, pneumonia, etc. I want to therefore use this opportunity to affirm my commitment to driving the primary healthcare policies that will reduce infant mortality in our local government.
He also called on parents and guardians to make available awards and children for the immunization. And now moving on, a member representing Ogbadibo Okpoku Ado Federal Constituency of Benue State, Hassan Saleh, has condemned the killing of 6 persons at the All Progressives Congress APC meeting by armed thugs at Otukpo. Saleh, in a statement, blamed the violence on an aspirant to the state chairmanship of the party, who he said was being imposed on the senatorial district by some forces outside the zone. He described the invasion of the meeting by political thugs as undemocratic and criminal, saying that the action was a primitive way of doing things. According to the lawmaker, those behind the violence were becoming desperate in their desire to maintain a stronghold on the party machinery. The Nigerian army says its troops have destroyed the Boko Haram insurgents training facility at the Bani Sheikh, Borno State. The Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, Operation Lafia Dole, Colonel Oyema Nwachuku, disclosed this in a statement issued in Maiduguri. Nwachukwu said the troops also killed one insurgent and rescued one person held captive by the terrorists at Afar hideout in the area on Sunday. He said the troops acting on intelligence discovered the camp used for providing instructional training of insurgents foot soldiers. Now, there was pandemonium at the Sabo area of Akure, Ondo State capital, as Yoruba engaged in a fight with some members of the Hausa community, leading to many people being injured. Report says the fight involved some followers of masqueraders in Akure who entered the Sabo area where most of the Hausa resided. An eyewitness explained that the followers of the masquerader passed through the old garage area of Akure, where some houses sold groceries. The followers were alleged to have attempted to disrupt the business of the Hausa traders, which was resisted by the latter, leading to a clash. A man of the State Police Command and the 32 Artillery Brigade of the Nigerian Army were reportedly deployed to the scene to forestall further breakdown of law and order. Confirming the incident, however, the State Police Public Relations Officer, Femi Joseph, said the command had begun investigation into the matter. Some federal retirees have staged a peaceful protest over non-payment of their pensions and other entitlements 8 months after the verification by the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate. The chairman of Federal Concerned Pensioners, David Adodo, said the retirees decided to protest because 8 months after verification, there had been no response or detailed information on why their money was not paid. During protests which took place in Lagos, the defined benefit scheme retirees called on the federal government to alleviate their sufferings caused by non-payment of their entitlements. If you just joined us, you're watching Superscreen Media News. We'll take a short break here, and when we return, we'll bring you business news. Join us again. Well, so glad to have you back. Now in business news, the federal government says the $322.52 million Abacha loot recovered recently from the Swiss government would be plowed into its national social safety net programs. The Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, who disclosed this, said the recovered fund had already been launched in a special account in the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The minister said the Social Safety Nets project is to provide access to targeted transfers to poor and vulnerable households under an expanded National Social Safety Nets system. The Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, and the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, say the country's positive growth outlook will be sustained. Adeosun and Emefiele jointly gave the assurance at the end of the 2018 International Monetary Fund, IMF, and World Bank spring meetings in Washington, D.C., United States. The minister, who noted that the present growth outlook contrasted with that of 2015, said that inflation rates were slowing down while the foreign reserves were rising. expressed optimism on the federal government's sustenance of the growth trajectory. She, however, called for vigilance and focus for the country not to fall back into recession. An ad committee of the House of Representatives has summoned the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, and the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ibe Kachiko. Their summon is to explain the federal government's bid to spend $1.8 billion on the turnaround maintenance of the country's 4 refineries. The committee, which is chaired by a member of the All Progressives Congress APC from Kaduna State, Garba Muhammad, has been mandated by the House to investigate why the refineries have failed to work despite gulping huge sums on time over the years. A committee document obtained by journalists in Abuja detailed the name of top officials of the government and other stakeholders to appear before it from May 7. The Group Managing Director, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and NPC, Mekanti Baru, and the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Mifle, are also on the list. That's certain business news. We'll take another short break. More news after this time out. Join us again.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice. At least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but the Nigerian government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family. You are affecting my business. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it Plaza. Say each shop there are 4 million naira, which I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it. The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.